How you doing? Welcome to the Shack. Today I'm joined by James Savage, equipment editor for National Club Golfer, and we're going to be comparing the Nike Vaporfly to the TaylorMade M2, which is, well, a lot of tour pros seem to have changed over. Well, the Nike tour players have then moved into an M2, so we just wanted to see what's all this rave all about.
Absolutely, yeah. You know, Rory McIlroy, that's the driver that he used. He's now using this one.
Yep.
Francesco Molinari, Tiger Woods.
Who's that, sorry?
Tiger Woods.
Oh, right, is he back, is he?
Yeah, he is.
I missed that one.
He's back and he's ripping it up with a TaylorMade M2.
Yeah.
So yeah, why are they doing it? You know, what are your thoughts on the performance of that driver compared to this driver, where you might think that so many tour players are going for this one?
I mean, this was a good product. Fitted this really well. People were really comfortable with it. The looks are good. Performance has always been pretty solid. M2, all I hear about is how far it goes. The ball speed and the lack of spin that it produces. So, I would say pretty much every big hitter on tour has got an M2 in the bag at the minute. So it must be doing something right.
Yeah. It's interesting to see then what the difference will be when we get them on the launch monitor. Comparing the numbers.
Okay, so let's go and get Mr. Big Hitter to hit a few shots and compare them both.
Yeah, unfortunately, our anonymous big hitter is away in Seychelles at the moment. So he sent his younger brother. So we'll have to see what he's like.
Is he as strong? Has he got a bit of power?
Let's wait and see. The proof is in the pudding, as they say.
Okay, let's go and have a look. Right, okay, so start with the Vaporfly?
Yeah, let's do the Nike first. What do you think we're going to see from the Nike? It was a good solid product. Like, McIlroy had a load of success with it. A lot of players. I know we've seen a lot of players switching out of it. I don't think it's just because there's anything wrong with it. I'm guessing they're thinking, well, there's not going to be anything new coming after it, is there?
I think it worked well. The dispersion for all the players was good on it. So yeah, it was. Yeah, every Nike Tour player went straight into it, didn't they? So it must be a good product.
Let's see some numbers then.
Big Hitter's just killed me there with the T-peg.
That was a bit of a sort of a low draw, 297.
Okay, not a lot of spin on that one.
Yeah, it was a bit of a low one, weren't it? For a miss hit though, I'd take that.
What, 300? yeah, I'd be cool with that. Yeah, that's okay. Just a little fadey one. But it should have a bit more spin, yeah. Still, that's all right, isn't it?
Yeah, like I say.
I mean, he didn't look very happy with that one.
He wasn't happy at all. That was almost like the sort of opposite from the first one. If you can get something between the two, this next one,
might get a grunt off him.
We're in business. Pretty good to me.
Yeah, it's a good swing.
Yeah. I mean, I found from that, just personally, it's like a really quite explosive like face. You feel like you get really good ball speeds off there. You just
that compression channel worked well, didn't it?
Yeah. It's a nice shot.
Yeah, so this is the Pro Head. I mean, there was three heads that came out, wasn't there?
Yeah.
But we're testing the Pro Head here, which is what McIlroy was using.
Yeah, so it's just slightly smaller than the Vaporfly.
Like Casey and Koepka were using the just the Fly. So
yeah. Okay.
Slightly different product. It's nice and solid, isn't he? This guy.
Yeah.
Okay. Right, should we get the M2 up?
Yeah. That was pretty solid.
Yeah, lovely.
Fairly consistent.
All right. Just change the Trackman over.
Now, I mean, something that I possibly would expect to see, and particularly now then, because you mentioned that was in the Pro Head, and this is the, obviously like it's the regular M2, there is only one type of M2. I expect maybe to see a little bit more forgiveness, maybe sort of off-centre strikes performance, possibly a bit better than the off-centre strikes on there.
Yeah, possibly. I mean, something I have heard that the M2 dispersion isn't quite as tight.
Okay.
But it's incredibly quick off the face. So
yeah.
When I fitted it myself, I've seen if you get off the toe or the heel, it doesn't stay on the planet. But same shafts.
Yeah. That's good. So we've got the same shafts, and they're both heads are 9.5 degrees.
9.5, yeah. Yeah, look at that.
There we go, straight away.
So, I mean, we heard a lot about this when Rory changed, that he did find ball speed and got a little bit more carrying.
Yeah.
You know, straight away that's gone
got a couple
further,
of
hasn't
extra
it?
mile-an-hour ball speed, yeah.
That's an interesting one, King. It was a bit heely, that, wasn't it? So, let's see how that's done for him.
So,
spin's gone up. It's still on the planet though, isn't it? So
yeah, it's just lost a tad of ball speed, but I think that's strike for you.
Yeah, that was
it?
strike. Yeah, lost a couple of miles an hour there.
So, you know, although we've not got sort of sensors on the club face or anything, we do still measure strike. You know, obviously from player feedback, and you know, you can tell that, you know, the reason why that ball has not gone as far as others is because he's hit it nearer to the heel. So we're taking strike into account. So that was carried 280, and I'd say that was another one that was a little bit drifty, wasn't it?
I totally agree with that. Yeah.
Just lost a touch of ball speed. But you're talking about on the miss hit, you're talking like ball speed from 166 to 164.5. So I mean, it's not a lot, but it's about 20 yards, isn't it? Yeah. It's obviously a driver that people are liking a lot of things about it, aren't they? You know, they like the looks, they like the performance. You know, I
think it's quite clever because they've always been a white driver.
Yeah.
This isn't a white driver, but it still has that.
Yeah, it's recognisable when you see tour players using it or club players using it.
You know it's a TaylorMade straight away, don't you?
Absolutely, yeah, and that's a good thing about it. Pretty good.
Big Hitter's killing it, isn't he?
Yeah, very solid today.
Look at that.
There you go.
Look at the ball speed.
It's
beautiful.
Maybe just a little bit more spin than a few, but that's still a decent.
Looks like it goes, if anything, slightly to the heel, isn't it? Bad shot, but
and that, you see that ever so slight tail off to the right, but it's still
decent,
still going to be on. It's still going to be on the fairway.
Right.
One more?
Yeah, let's have one more, and then we'll have a little look at the numbers, shall we?
Oh. Okay. I'd say you can tell that the misses aren't
not as bad as I thought they were.
Too bad, are they?
No, they're good.
Pretty good.
They're good. So overall, I'd say it's strong.
Let's go and
have a look, shall we? Okay, James. So we got the numbers up. What do you think?
5 shots from each. I think there's a pretty clear winner.
Definitely is a clear winner there, isn't it? Yeah.
In this test, pretty much on all fronts. I mean, let's look at firstly, I'd like interested in looking at the club speed. Both. He's actually ever so slightly faster with the Nike driver, but there's not really a lot in that, is there?
No, there's not a lot, no.
You can't really say that the reason why he was getting more carry and more total out of the M2 was because he was swinging it faster. He wasn't.
Nope.
But everything there it's just a little bit better with the M2, isn't it? And it's resulted in quite a nice little tight dispersion as well.
Yeah, it's come out great. I mean, ball speed 3 miles an hour quicker, which is unbelievable. Then you've got a better height.
Yeah, a bit more height there as an average.
Yeah, which I think is obviously going to get more out of it, and then you've got less spin as well. So it's launching higher, it's getting higher in its ball flight, but then when it lands, it's going to roll out further as well. So that's an easy win.
Yeah, he didn't actually hit one with the M2, which didn't go over 300 yards, which was pretty good.
Pretty impressive strikes.
It's everything pretty optimum there. The highest spinning one he got there was like 2.4, whereas obviously the highest one with the Nike has gone over 3,000. So it's
and I think that's why a lot of the tour players have gone. I mean, you've got the M1 and you've got the M2, and a lot of people, why have so many of them gone into the M2? They don't need the adjustability as much, as the M1 does. It offers. Because the M2 doesn't spin, just launches it high and doesn't spin. So you've seen some really powerful hitters in the game with the M2 driver at the minute, aren't you?
Yeah, no, it's clear to see why, and I think because of that tight dispersion as well, I'm pretty sure there were a few off-centre strikes there with the M2, but it still had the carry. It's still pretty much stayed offline. I think that's another reason why a lot of the tour players have been raving about it. Matt Fitzpatrick, when he won in Dubai, he said on 18, he said he hit one. He said it came out near the toe, but still got loads of distance and allowed him to get up into get up and down, and then got up and down to win. So product speaking for itself, really, particularly for these players that aren't contracted to TaylorMade. They're sort of giving them the product and letting it do the talking, which tests like this are backing
it up. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, TaylorMade make great drivers, don't they?
Yeah, absolutely. It'll be got some new drivers out now. I'd be interested to see how they can compare. But I think that,
have you tried them?
I have actually. Yeah, I've had a hit. Very, very impressive. Lots of new technology on there. But it's I couldn't vouch on performance of new M2 the old M2 because I haven't put them side by side.
So that'll be good when we get to do that.
We will do that. But you're thinking if you're an M2 player, like tour player or club golfer, I mean, don't change just for the sake of it. If it's working for you, just kind of stick with it for a bit, because it's obviously a very
that is a product that works, isn't it?
It's a top performing driver. Looks fantastic. I wouldn't think just because there's a new one out that it means that your one is now old. Maybe stick with it for another 12 months and then maybe give the new one a look after that.
Yeah, great stuff. All right, thanks for that, James. I hope you've enjoyed that video. If you've changed to an M2, let us some comments below and let us know how it's performing for yourself, and we'll speak to you again soon. I hope you enjoyed that video. Look out for more videos at the Golf Shack Academy. Like us on Facebook, send us a tweet, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and we look forward to seeing you again soon.